Paul Reichel, let me get you in here, because one of the strategies that the Trump administration uses, he does appeal to sort of his traditional base, which has tended to include military veterans, military folks. He went to Arlington National Cemetery, which is an iconic, very important place in the United States for anyone connected in any way to the United States military or just reveres them. And he was invited by one family to come out and be a part of this wreath-laying ceremony. That's supposed to be a solemn event. There's a whole controversy now. NPR first reported it, that there was a confrontation between Donald Trump's team and the folks at Arlington, because you are not allowed to use Arlington for political purposes. You're not supposed to photograph in certain areas where they're sacred and there were human beings buried there. You're not supposed to use them as props. He did so anyway. We can post some of the things that he posted on his social media. He posted some videos that look like, you know, they were shot there, and that the purpose of being there was to make these videos for himself, which you're not allowed to do. Talk a little bit about that controversy, because it doesn't feel like an authentic way to get folks in the military, because Donald Trump has said some pretty nasty things about veterans.
It's a real issue, and I think most importantly because the rules are very clear. You're not supposed to use Arlington National Cemetery for a political photo op. And the controversy right now is not between Trump and some liberal group or between Msnbc. It's Trump and Arlington National Cemetery. They've actually put out an official statement saying, here are the rules. This is why we have the rules. And Trump broke the rules, because you're not supposed to create content. You're not supposed to make TikTok videos. It's not Disney World. You don't go down there to make a selfie. It's the most sacred place in our country, and it should be treated as such. That's why candidates don't use it as a campaign stop. So he clearly crossed the line and broke the rules. It's also bad taste. I mean, to have a photo of him with a thumbs up and a smile over the grave of a Marine is inappropriate. It's disgraceful. And I don't think it's going to help him with independent voters. And I think that's this pattern that you've seen where he continues to make mistakes. He insulted Medal of Honor recipients. He attacked John McCain. We know that narrative, but it is stacking up, and it hurts him in places like Georgia with independent voters. 50% of veterans are independent. Almost half the country is independent, and they care about veterans issues. They care about national security. And if you can focus on that and question Trump's patriotism, as I think Vice President Harris very effectively did in the convention, you can move people, because they're sounding like a more moderate Democratic Party, especially coming out of the DNC. And you backstop that with a campaign with Tim Walz out in front, who's a coach who served in the National Guard, and you can really make some headway. I served in the Army in Georgia. I was at Fort Stewart. I was at Fort Benning. I know Georgia, and I think Tim Walz gives you the ability to walk into a VFW hall, to walk into a military base, and get people to pay attention where they otherwise would never listen to Democrats. And if you can peel off those people, you can make some significant gains.